Welcome back to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. As always, we appreciate you listening. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms. Like, subscribe, comment, share wherever else you're listening, and enjoy the show. All right, welcome back to another show. We appreciate you coming back as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share wherever you're listening. If you are one of the 40% of the people that listen to this show, not on Apple Podcasts, let us know where you listen. I looked at some demographics of our show. We're very heavy in the 18 to 65-year-old males.
Okay.
That's pretty much all males. Why the 18-year-olds, though? I can't imagine that we're... It's got to be more in the 25-30 range. I can't imagine we're heavy in the 18-year-old range.
I mean, if 18-year-olds think that, we're cool enough to listen to, then cool. But, yeah, didn't that demo used to be the 18 to 35? Wasn't that like the freaking moneymaker?
It was. I think we're more in probably the 25 to 65 range.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I probably think we're 35 to 65, to be honest with you. But here's the thing.
Could be.
I mean, if you young dudes are trying to get some of that sage wisdom, look elsewhere.
Right. This is not that show.
Maybe it's like a morbid thing, or like, this is going to be me in 20 years, so I might as well just embrace it.
We probably get those young dads.
Could be.
They're coaching their kids' teams.
Yeah.
They hate it like we hate it.
Yeah.
Which we haven't talked more about that, but I went off on that for 3 months. They probably we don't really talk about raising kids too much.
No.
Mostly because, for me, there isn't much going on. My oldest kid's a saint. Your oldest is awesome to me. So
yeah, he's a saint, but he's a boy, so he does dumb shit because he's a boy.
Well, yeah. I kind of expect that.
No, I fully expect it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not putting demerits on him for it.
Yeah, no, it's like comes with the territory.
Yeah,
but I trade moodiness and hormonal freaking craziness for dumb shit, and I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah, because I'm getting into the moodiness probably last year or so.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
can't say it's great.
Yeah.
But at least she's not moody and mean.
Yeah,
it's just moody because the hormones are here, not moody because she's just being an asshole.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Right.
Speaking of someone who also has kids, Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty.
Segue.
He just went on a vacation with his family, and he told me about it. And he said he was taking 3 teenagers into the woods, into a cabin where the only way in is to get flown in on one of those seaplanes.
Okay.
Or lake planes. It's not a sea. He's going to a lake.
It lands on water.
Yes. So. Yeah. It's got the things. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Or floats.
But there's no internet access. So no phones. Kids are just out there. I saw some pictures of it. So this is going to go out early September, so he's already done it. I saw the pictures of it. Go on his Instagram. I believe it's A Chubbuck Realtor, and you can see some of the pictures from his vacation. The kids looked happy, even without the phones. The cabin looked tight, though.
I will take the internet away from my kids. Well, the oldest doesn't spend too much time on it. If it's not a stick or a ball, he's not interested in it. The little one is just watching videos about sharks, and it's the middle one, or whatever the obsession the little one has. One day it'll be F-18s, the next day it's alligators, the next day it's Deadpool, so it just changes. And he'll just watch video after video.
Deadpool's appropriate for a kid.
Yeah. I've never seen one movie, so I don't know.
You haven't?
No.
You should watch it.
From what I hear, it's hilarious.
It is hilarious, but it's adult hilarious.
But he's never seen the movie.
Okay.
He just sees the little videos that pop up from the ads and then likes it. But
that's different.
He's never actually seen the movie.
You don't not time for that.
Yeah. So then there's now the middle one. He is really into like the he does like all these like what is it, capture or chop. There's some video editing software he does.
Okay.
And he's actually pretty good at it. So when we were down in North Carolina on vacation, it rained the whole time. But while we were down there, my father-in-law had this big thing of syrup, like a gallon jug of syrup, which he knocked over his orange juice with. So he blamed the syrup bottle, which, of course, was his fault. And then
Mrs. Butterworth did it?
Yeah, it was Log Cabin. So then it wasn't Aunt Jemima because she no longer exists. She was canceled. So now the middle one then goes and knocks over his orange juice with the syrup. And I said, that syrup's like a wrecking ball. So he made a video of the Log Cabin syrup bottle knocking over the Key Bridge to the sound with audio. I came in like a wrecking ball. I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty good. Like, it shows you he's observing, sense of humor, and then he put it all together. It was hilarious. So
that would have been really funny if he did it to the theme song of Titanic.
Yeah. So he does all this stuff. I'm like, okay, like that was cool. So
hey, that's a skill he's going to make money with someday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. His brother swinging a bat, unless he gets really good at it. Probably not. Him making cutting videos of people swinging bats. He's the one that's going to. So we let him do it because he has fun with it. But then sometimes like he spends too much time on the internet. He becomes a little brat. I'm like, all right, you're done. So he'll go to like super brat for about 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden he's back to his normal self. It's like you almost need a detox.
Yeah.
So
So what you're saying is you're raising the future editor of the show.
Yeah, future Jamie.
Right. We've been saying how much we need a Jamie.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm not paying him.
So I would have. He's got to go to me instead. I'll pay him. Make that under the table cash. Like, if we ever go video, be like, listen, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
He'll come back 10 minutes later. Be like, I got it.
Oh,
you got to buy this and this and this. You're set.
Yeah,
I can set it up tomorrow.
And he shows me stuff on the iPad. Like, I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, and he's completely self-taught. Like,
see, now you're getting to that age, or you're already at the age, but you're gonna have to start pretending like you know what he's doing,
and then YouTubing it,
and then just being. After a while, you're just gonna be like, yeah, all you're gonna be able to say is, "That's fantastic. That's great."
Yeah.
Dad, do you understand it? Oh, yeah, I completely get it.
Yeah. No, you don't. Can you change a tire? No.
You just got to pretend like you know what he's doing. Like, sure, that looks like you can make money doing that for a living. Sure, yeah. Yeah. He's going to be like, I swear to God, because it was... My mother, the wonderful saint that she is, I had to show her how to hook her phone into her car for the 3,000th time. Like, I feel like our kids are almost to the point where they're gonna have to show me shit like 3,000 times.
Yeah,
like I feel like I'm turning into my parents' technology.
Well,
I know what I know, but my ability to learn new shit is going downhill quick.
Well, it's like when you help your parents with, like, the car that has Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.
That's what she got. Yeah.
And you hook it up. And then, look, the screen on your car is it mirrors what's on your phone. Like, the screen on the car becomes the screen on the phone. Like, it's the same thing. No, not going to use that. Why use that? Nope, we're still going to use the phone and put it in, I'm not going to pull up maps or I'm not going to Waze it. I'm going to put it in the GPS. I already did it. We're good. No, so now I've got two of them going. But they're not quite on sync. It's like half a second delayed. So now I'm hearing both of them, but also getting turn-by-turn directions from my passenger.
Right. So you got three voices coming at you. You got to mute one of them.
Right.
At least. You got to mute the one you can mute.
Right, which unfortunately is mine, which is the one I have set up like the way I like it. And then, but it's funny because I'll come in like, oh, you got to put your turn signal on here. I don't. and I come in hot. we're like going for the 3-wire on the back of the freaking on the back of the George H.W. Bush on an F-18. That's how we're coming in. We're Navy pilots. We're not Air Force sissies. We're putting this thing on the deck. So
You're checking to see if those depends work.
yeah, I do it on purpose. But
You gotta get your kicks in when you can.
yeah. And I'm not flying an F-18. It's more like a C2 Greyhound because it's a freaking Sienna. So, but it's not just them. The younger people have problems with it, you know. So one of my relatives got a new car that has Apple CarPlay and all this stuff. None of it's set up. Still buying CDs. This person's our age, buying CDs. Like, you know, you can just subscribe to Apple Music or Spotify for the cost of one CD per month. You can listen to all the music that was ever created ever.
That person's still traumatized by the old, was it BMI? Like 10 CDs for the price of one scam.
Yeah.
And like you didn't cancel it. Then the first CD after that was like $20.
Yeah.
And like you had to pay it and you couldn't get out of it.
Right.
And then you forgot again. And then now you got.
Now your collections.
So now like you paid $1 for the first 8, but now you've paid $40 for the next 2.
Yeah.
That person is still traumatized that they don't want to subscribe to another music service ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I set up, I set up everyone with Apple Music. Just because they have iPhones, it's easy. They can do it. I'm actually thinking about switching to Spotify.
I wouldn't. I have Spotify.
Oh, yeah?
So the one I'm actually looking at switching to is YouTube Music.
Okay.
Because to me, in the car, YouTube Music sounds better than Spotify does. Like, there's something about the audio quality. Now, I want to try Apple Music first, and I might do like a free trial just to see because the wife and probably the kids will end up with Apple products, so we'll probably use Apple Music anyway.
Yeah.
So if I can, and you can use Apple Music on an Android phone. So
Okay.
if I can do that and it sounds better in the car, I might
Now,
go that
can
way.
you install Apple Music on a Fire Stick yet?
That I don't know.
Because all my TVs run on Fire Sticks, so that would be nice to be able to just... So like my back porch TV has a Fire Stick hooked up to it. Well, if I don't want to listen to... If I just want to put music on and don't feel like getting the Bluetooth speakers or whatever, I can just put it on the TV. But there's no Apple Music app on the Fire Stick.
I'm surprised.
Me too. Because there is one on Xbox. You can put the Apple Music, because my oldest son put it on his Xbox, so he can listen to all his mumble rap on. So I have hip hop heads, and I'm cool with it. I like a lot of hip hop.
Hold on. Do not call that shit hip hop.
It's not.
Okay,
No,
come on.
it's not. It's crap. But I understand, like, that's the lineage of it. So, though I do like Kendrick Lamar, but he's not mumble rap at all. So, this is good bourbon.
That is tasty.
Much more flavor than the 80% that we did last show.
Yeah. I'm gonna let that later. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Caught me by surprise.
yeah, but so I understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
So, but he does like when my 6-year-olds listen to Red Rum. So he's got older brothers. He's going to be exposed to things before other kids are.
Why don't I just let him listen to I Got 5 on it? That's by the Loonies for all the people that don't know. Google it.
But see, I don't believe in edited music. So
I am in the minority. I like the clean versions.
I want to know what the artist said.
I can guess.
Well, I can guess.
I mean, no. I don't want to. I feel like it's like if I got the windows down and a word gets said, I feel awkward.
You're like in Office Space when he's driving up, listening to hip hop, and he turns the music down.
Right, yeah. I mean, come on. I do feel the twinge of awkwardness, so I try and go for the clean version.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't sing along with it. I'm not that guy.
Right. I mean,
I can't say. I know I can't. I'm not. I don't like to belt it out with the person.
I can't rap.
No, I want to listen, nod my head,
Yeah,
and enjoy. I don't sing. I don't do that. I don't rap along. I'm not rapping with Eminem and To Lose Yourself.
Oh, well, first of all, I hate that song. And the reason I hate that song is this app called Ballpark DJ. Mm-hmm. And if you go to a baseball tournament, I'm not sure if softball does it. Softball has their annoying ass chants, which is, but baseball the freaking baseball moms get Ballpark DJ and a block rocker. So Ballpark DJ announces the kid's name in the voice of whatever announcer from these different stadiums, right? And then it plays their walk-up song. However, in the major leagues, they don't rush to the box. They take their time. There's a considerable distance from the on-deck circle to the box. On a 70-foot diamond, the distance is maybe 20 feet. Mm-hmm. They traverse that distance in, I don't know, 4 seconds. So once they're in the box, now you hear the first 7 seconds of Lose Yourself 18 times in a row. Because every kid, first of all, if you're doing it, there's certain rules you have to do. You have to maintain veto power. So like, oh no, I'm sorry, Jaden and Braden already used Lose Yourself, so you can't. And neither can Braden. Jalen can use it. Because every baseball team has a Jalen. Every single one of them.
Well, then you got the one mom. And everyone who's on Instagram has seen this video. Where this one kid's walking up to Magic Stick.
Yeah.
By 50 Cent. And he's walking up. And the song's a banger, right? Mom probably doesn't realize what the song means.
Right. Because she was probably listening to the edited version her whole life.
So the kid's walking up and he starts dancing a little bit. But the song's such a banger, the catcher, while he's waiting for the kid to go up to walk into the batter's box, he starts dancing. Mm-hmm. So now you got the catcher dancing, the kid's walking up, the bat's dancing, probably all the people in the field dancing.
Yeah.
You know, you let that one roll a little bit.
Yeah.
But the problem is you got mom putting out, I got the Magic Stick.
Yeah.
Like, sweetie, that ain't
I
what
hit
that.
it once, yeah. I hit it twice.
Sweetie, I hate to tell you something. I know you're probably only in like your early 20s and you probably weren't around when that song came out, but that's not what that song is. It doesn't mean he's hitting dingers.
It's not referring to his baseball bat.
No. He's hitting dingers in the bedroom, and he's 8. That song's not appropriate for this. You might need to reevaluate your life.
Yeah. And the songs need to be queued up. They don't cue them up. They just play so they'll pick like, oh, we're going to use, some song from the 90s because I remember that when I was a kid. Yeah, but it's got this stupid intro. So you're going to listen to like
the long ass intro.
Right, you're going to listen to like video, like the audio of Cypress Hill smoking weed and bong rips, and then it stops. Like, what song was that? I think I remember that from the CD I had in my '93 Escort.
There was one. It was a Biggie song. I think the intro was like gunfire. Like,
oh yeah.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yeah,
you motherfuckers ready to die?
Yeah.
And then like the intro, like they're probably playing. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, there's the other one where it's like the audio of like an actual like gang hit, and then it's like this is like kicking in the door, waving the 4-4. Like, hey Becky, cue it up.
That's when you need some of the edited versions so that they played the music part, not the intro part. Someone getting murdered during 8U baseball.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Sally, I don't think that's what you meant there.
To the PA announcer from Wrigley Field. Batting fourth. Shortstop. Jalen. Kicking in the door, waving the football. Like, what is going on here?
Like, damn it, Becky! What are you doing?
I always be like, have you ever been to a baseball game anywhere? Have you ever watched one on TV? Like Gunnar Henderson's walk-up song is by Gwen Stefani, but it's just the first cut. It's that hee whatever the hell I forget the name of the song, but it's just that part. That's all it is. It's not the entire song with Gwen Stefani singing. So, and that one part comes a considerable time, not a big time, but like 10 seconds into the song, you have to cue it up, or it just sounds dumb.
Right.
And they don't do it right. None of them do it right. So either do it right or don't do it at all.
Afterwards, you can be like, hey, Rebecca, can we not use Big Dick Energy next time he wants to go up the bat? It doesn't mean what you think it means, right. Even though it says Big Dick Energy.
Right. WAP is not referring to his Italian heritage.
Right. Speaking of parents, back to school day was last week.
Yeah.
And we all know my love affair with the car pickup line.
So I didn't do pickup line because the kids...
I did.
How was it?
Oh, God. It was the worst.
No, I did it for my older kid and that at his school, and it was terrible.
You know, I feel like some of these parents are just extra special.
Mm-hmm.
So the rule is you drive up, you got the card with the number, they say the number, your kid comes out, get in the car, you roll on by. You can't roll on by, though, until every kid is in the car.
Right.
So you put them in the paddock, all the horses go into the cars, everyone in the paddock gets released, the next set of horses comes into the paddock.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in the second paddock. First paddock seemed to have gone fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the second paddock. Well, apparently I get there. The two cars in the left-hand lane are still there from the before. Kids didn't come out. They can't find one of the kids.
Okay.
So, like, they're calling on the radio for this one kid. Hey, do we know where, Angelina is? Can we ask her teacher where she went? Did she go to the car rider line, the walker line, or she go to her daycare line? Apparently, they sent the kid to daycare. Mom came to pick her up.
Probably because mom didn't communicate.
Of course she didn't. She obviously didn't write it down. Right. And put it attached to the child.
Right.
She thought the kid would just figure it out. Okay. Second mom, kid gets on the bus. She's in there in the car rider line to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
This woman, rather than just circling, if your kid doesn't come in, you circle, you go back in the line. She gets out of the car. You know how I feel about the parents that get out of the car. If you get out of the car, you now hold up the line.
Yeah.
Because now your car can't move.
Right.
She gets out of the car. Hey, my kid didn't come out. Oh, okay. Well, I think I see him over there. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll get him. They're probably just going to have her drive around. Well, I'll just go over there and get him. No, you won't, asshole. Stay in your car.
Yeah.
Always stay in your car. If you're getting out of your car, you're not doing it right.
Right.
She goes over to the buses, gets the boy, brings... And this is a horrible thing to say. I'm looking at them both going, well, you both look like fucking morons.
Right. Well, she's raising a moron. So you need to treat that like, if you're a pilot, that's a missed approach. Go around, aviate, navigate, communicate. Oh, kid's not here. You're going around.
She's clearly new, though.
Right. Delta 542 Heavy going around.
She is. I've never seen this woman before.
Right.
So either she's new to the car rider line, or she's just new to the school in general.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where the teacher running the line. I know it's first day, but sometimes you got to crack the whip first day, and it puts everybody in place.
Yeah.
That
it's
way,
like your first day in prison. You got to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah,
Be someone's bitch.
Yeah. And that way, day 2 doesn't end up like day 1. Right? Like tomorrow, I have a feeling we're going to end up with the same kind of shit. So, this woman's literally just roaming the school grounds.
But her car is just blocking everyone.
Her car is... Well, the thing is, like, her car is behind mine, but they won't let me go because she's out of her car. She's holding up the entire paddock because they won't let the cars go because she's out of the car going to get her kid. No, get in your car. You got to go around. But she's like, well, I don't want the bus to leave. Why not? Just go meet him at the bus stop.
But the bus is going to the same place you are.
Right. Like, I looked at the teachers like, can't you? Because we know the person who runs the line. She's a friend and the neighbor. I was like, just tell her to go meet the bus at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's the first day. We have to be more kind.
No, you don't.
I get it.
This is when you be the asshole.
I get it.
You set the tone.
It's easy for me to say that. She doesn't want to hear shit
Yeah.
from the boss.
Yeah.
Right? From the principal being like, you shouldn't have done that. The lady next to me, also a neighbor, I'm not gonna shout her out. The one who went to daycare. Mm-hmm. She basically almost peels out once they turn the sign from stop to slow to catch up. Like she's like, it's like, what do you think?
She like a catapult law, like a cat shoot. Like,
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna stop the bus? First of all, it's 3 minutes down the road.
Right.
She's gonna be there. They're like, well, what are you doing here? And by the time they say, what are you doing here? You're gonna be pulling up right behind them. That's how close this shit is.
Yeah.
Now that being said, they held us there forever because that one lady that got out of the car. Dude, I was like, you gotta be.
See, it used to piss me off when they get out of the car to strap little shithead in the back seat.
We didn't even get to that point yet. We still got people doing that. Stop with this.
Yeah, the kid's dying. He should be able to do this on his own.
And it's the same people. Like I saw you do it for your kid when he was in first grade, when he was in second grade, when he was in third. Your kid's in fourth grade.
Yeah, I think you're good enough. You don't need the freaking ejection seat car. He's too big for that. I still have him rear facing.
It's like,
just give the kid a swirly on your own.
Again, if your kid can't open the door, get in, and buckle himself at this point, he's a walker, not a car rider.
Right.
Go pick him up.
But here's the thing. They can be strapping themselves in as you're moving through the parking lot slow. You're not going to get into that severe of a crash going 4 miles an hour. Probably he hurt himself falling off a curb more than he would if you hit something because you're a moron.
Well, and let's face facts. If you get in an accident and little Johnny hits his head, probably not doing much more damage to him than
you might knock something right.
Yeah, you've already fucked him up. As you buckle him in at 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucked that kid up. No accidents doing more damage. Sorry. You're not amazing with brains.
Parenting has done enough damage.
Your kid is who we all have to watch out for.
Right.
Later on down the road.
All the warning labels on shit, that's for you. Yeah. And your offspring.
Yeah, they put that big green poison sticker on stuff because your kid is alive.
Right. Do not eat.
Yeah. And trying to keep your kid alive.
Like, this little bag of stuff that's in my new shoes looks tasty.
Right.
Oh, it says don't eat. I better not eat it.
I'm still probably going to taste it.
Only because you told me not to.
Might want to lick it. Can't hurt that much. There's only the big green poison sticker on it.
So I always get bummed out the first day of school. Because, it's different. Like, I don't work from home. So, I get an escape. And the kids are always happy. My life is much easier. Because they're all sleeping when I get up to leave. So, I don't have to deal with them. Now it's all of a sudden, my morning sanctuary time is now yelling at kids to get ready for school time. And I don't like it. I prefer summertime vibes, summer tempo, over this stupid school tempo. So
you're more the Fresh Prince. You like your summertime.
Yeah.
Me, I like it the other way. Because I do work from home.
Right, so all these lunatics are gone.
They're gone.
Right, if I was home too, I'd want the lunatics out of my house. But I'm not home to enjoy the solitude. I still have to go somewhere.
I will say this, though. Once after the first 2 weeks, I get used to them being home. I like them being home.
Yeah.
But after the first 2 weeks of them being gone, then I like them being gone.
Yeah.
But when they're gone, it goes from just liveliness in the house to nothing.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out a little bit for the first week or so. I'm just like, okay, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can work because I have a job. But there's only so much time that's going to take up.
Right.
And then
exactly 8 hours.
Right. Yes. It takes up 8 hours and a half because of that 30 minutes for lunch that I take precisely. So I don't know. I definitely go through seasons of it when I have to adjust, or there's an adjustment period. I also don't like that my day is kind of interrupted right around the same time every day because I gotta go get the kid from school.
Yeah.
Now that's partially my own doing. I could always have her walk home.
You could,
but I don't because I know the time is fleeting, as they say.
Yeah.
The older one, she gets on the bus, she goes to school, she comes home on the bus, she comes home from school.
Yeah, but now that school, they don't get home till late.
That is That is shocking to me. So, like, last year, she would go in, she'd walk to the bus stop around, like, 8:45. She didn't come home till, like, 4:30.
Yeah, it's like a real job.
That's wild. And then she had, like, an after-school club. She wasn't home until, like, 5.
Yeah.
Like, that's 9 to 5.
In the wintertime, it's dark outside.
And then, of course, I'm like, well, I don't want my kid walking in the dark. I think having girls is a little different than having boys. Like, I'm going to raise these strong, independent women. And I'm like, I don't want them to do shit. Like, I don't want them to have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make sure I'm going to drive them home. I'm always at, hey, you want to ride to school? You want me to take you to school? No, I want to take the bus. Like, she likes having independence. And I need to allow her that space.
Yeah.
Without trying to baby her, because she's 12. I can't keep babying her. Well, predators out there.
Right.
I've watched TV. I see it all the time.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure. I mean, someone's going to roll up in a white van and offer her candy, and she's going to take it.
Ooh, candy.
Right. Ooh, candy.
I would say if someone kidnapped my kids, they'd drop them off on the corner. All right, fuck this. I don't want this.
You know, my kid would have their house organized by 7.
Yeah.
Like, crap. Yeah.
But it's funny, though. Everyone gets so much time and effort is spent on preventing that it's such a rare thing. You know, you'd be much better off teaching your kid how to cross the street properly. Getting hit by a car is much more common infinitely more common than stranger abduction. But I think it's just such a horrific thought that, that's not happening on my watch. You know, but I think it's to the detriment of kids, too, because then they don't run around and play outside, because they have helicopter moms standing over them, looking out for the boogeyman.
Yeah, we put an end to that. Granted, we're still a little bit helicopter-ish because the youngest one's got the Gizmo watch now. Mm-hmm. So we know where she is, but essentially she's like, can I go over to my friend's house and play? You can walk over there and knock on their door, see if they're home. Yeah. Like, that's what it's come to now. Yeah. I try not to do the text the parent thing to see if they're home first. No. But I do it occasionally, but for the most part, I'm just like, there's a sidewalk all over this neighborhood. You can go check it out.
Oh, yeah. They have... I mean, the youngest one doesn't have free range in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. He's too young.
Yeah.
Getting there next year.
But his age, like, the middle son's age was older than the oldest one's age. So we started letting the middle one do more stuff before we let the older one, like...
Yeah. First kid, you're always a little bit more protective.
So, but they've been pretty good with that. They're not doing too much stupid nonsense. They do their stupid shit at home.
There's only so much trouble a kid can get into. Yeah. They're probably playing... I'm just trying to... Your boys, they're probably playing football in the street. Yeah. Or baseball, or whatever. They're playing a sport in the street. Right. Riding bikes in the bike trails, maybe. Yeah. I don't know if that's still a thing.
So the middle one will ride over his friend's house that's on the neighborhood on the other side of the school. Mm-hmm. And I'm cool with that because he has his watch. I can see where he is.
So you let him go outside the neighborhood?
Yeah. Oh. But generally with that trip, that's prearranged. So, his friend's mom will say, hey, does Colton want to come over and play? And I'll say, yep. And then we'll send him. And then he'll get there, and she'll say, he's here. Cool, let me know when you kick him out. She'll say, he's on his way home. And then 15 minutes later, he's showing up. So gotcha. That's kind of the thing where, and that's just like if you go on a boat, you tell your friends, hey, I'm going to be on the boat. I'm expected back at this time. That way, if you don't show up, maybe send someone out looking for you.
Now, does he have to cross the street, the big street?
No.
So it's on our side of the street?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's sidewalk the entire time.
Yeah. That's not bad. Now, the older one, he has a friend that lives across the street, and I'll let him do it, but I say, hey, walk your bike across the crosswalk, and then you just get on it on the other side. But he's got a phone and everything.
So now, all right. And I'm sure this is real relevant for people that are listening that don't know our neighborhood at all. So is he going... So there's 2 crosswalks for me. There's the one at the school, which is safe because there's visibility. There's the one right outside the neighborhood. And to me, that's the sketchy one because people kind of fly through there.
Yeah, he uses the sketchy one because his friends live right there in the townhouses across the...
So that's the one. I want them to install the button. Mm-hmm. So there's one in Severna Park, which is the next neighborhood up, over by Severn School. And when you hit the button, It's just a crosswalk. There's no red light or anything. It's a crosswalk.
It has the yellow strobes.
It's got the strobes.
Yeah.
So you hit the button and it strobes.
Yeah.
So people know that someone's trying. And you don't go right away. You wait and we wait for both sides to stop. But at least people know, hey, someone's trying to cross.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have that. And I feel like there's people coming at pretty good speed. If people see it, they stop. If people see someone trying to cross, they'll stop.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they're not even looking for it because it's a fairly new crosswalk. So I wish they'd install the strobes there.
Yeah. It would be nice if they did.
And I don't understand why they didn't do it to begin with. Because it's a fairly well-used crosswalk.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, for our neighborhood, it's the way to get to the grocery store.
I use it all the time.
I mean, you can literally walk to the grocery store in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a half mile from my house. It's closer than
Yeah.
It's probably a quarter mile from here. So,
like, my wife takes the dog for the walk through there all the time. It's just, like, so I wish they would do that, and I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with.
yeah, I don't know.
It's solar powered, so it's not like you need to run
Right.
electric to it. I don't know. Maybe we should contact the county councilwoman
You should.
who has been on the show before.
Yeah.
Long time ago, 3 years ago.
But here's the thing, because I know how like county roads will come out and do a traffic study, and they'll look at historical data to see how many accidents there have been, and all you'd have to do is point to that kid that got freaking whacked by the junkie. You know, that little boy that got poor kid got killed by the junkie. You'll be like, isn't that enough? Like, do we need any more of these? How about we prevent that?
Never mind the fact, all the studies you're going to do, and all of this, all the checks and it's going to cost more to do all of that than it would
just
to install the light.
Right. But they don't think like that.
No.
They think, let's try to avoid work, and here's how we'll do it.
Well, the thing is, like, what's the downside of putting that in?
Yeah.
Zero.
I'm sure some Karen will complain about the strobes hurting her cat's eyes.
Or, kids are playing pranks and they keep pressing the button so people stop. Okay.
If the strobes are going and there's no one there, don't stop.
Or stop and then go. Once you see that no one's there, it takes an extra 3 seconds?
Yeah.
It's like there was one person that complained that, so up by the school, they've got the 25 mile per hour zone, and they've got the speed camera there, and they put this by all the, I don't know all, but most of the elementary schools.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have a time zone difference, so like it doesn't change over to 35 miles per hour when school's over. So it's 25 miles per hour all the time now, and of course they don't do change very well.
Yeah.
So they've been going 35 and the 25, and they get zapped, and the leniency period is over. So now you actually get a real ticket. But it's like, if you know, there were signs there forever, so you know it's there. Go 25 instead of 35. Now, should it be fixed? Should there be school hours, non-school hours? Sure.
Yeah.
I get it. But there isn't. So
I hate those things.
Yeah.
All it is a money grab.
It is, yeah.
It's a revenue generator. They don't give two shits about your kids, or it's just a money grab. And to me, it removes your right to confront your accuser, because it's a machine that just sits out there and collects money. And also, they're oftentimes run by it's almost like like the solar stuff. Like, we'll give you the solar equipment for free.
Yeah.
That's how these things operate. So, like, we'll give the jurisdiction the cameras for free, and then you'll get a percentage of the fine generated. So, essentially, the county's like, well, we're not putting money into this. We're just getting money out of it. So, yeah, put them everywhere.
And there's an incentive for the company running it to issue more tickets.
Absolutely.
They get more money out of it.
Yeah. So, and guess who builds some of the freaking Raytheon? So,
Stupid Raytheons and everything.
Fuck them.
Dropping bombs, then dropping bombs in my wallet.
Right.
Well, and the genius behind those things, though, is the amount of the fine.
Yeah.
Because it's like $25, it's not worth someone's time to argue it and go to court.
No.
Because you can go to court.
You can.
But it's not worth the time for $25.
Yes. Now, that one, the signage really isn't that good, and you'd probably beat it on the signage, because the signage doesn't say, it's supposed to say on the approach, photo enforcement or automated enforcement. And the last time I checked, on this one, the signs weren't up yet.
No, but the other one, the other way you can get out of them, and this is also if you get manually popped by a police officer on the road, you can ask for the latest calibration date on the machine. Mm-hmm. Chances are those machines have not been calibrated in years for the most part. If they haven't been done, I believe it's every 3 or 6 months, it gets tossed. Mm-hmm. But you have to go to court, and you have to ask about the calibration, and they have to have the data there. They have to say when it was calibrated last. Well, the same thing goes for the speed cameras, the boxes, and guaranteed those companies don't calibrate those machines.
Yeah,
and the calibration just makes sure that when it says you're going 35, you're actually going 35. Yeah. And the calibration does go out of whack. And sometimes, so let's say the speed limit is 25, but you only get a ticket at 37. Mm-hmm. Well, let's say you say you're going 34, and it dings you at 3 miles per hour over because it's not calibrated correctly. Well, now you're getting a ticket when you shouldn't have.
Right.
So that's why the calibration defense method works. But if they show that it was calibrated within the last 3 months, then you got to pay. Well, and now you just wasted your time for 25 or 30 bucks.
The thing is, there's no points on your license. It goes against the vehicle registration, so it's easier just to pay it. Now, DCs are $250, and that's just another reason to not go to DC.
Yeah, so I used to drive New York Ave, which is where a lot of those cameras are. So 50 turns into New York Avenue.
Yeah.
I remember when they put the first one in, and I went down there the other day, and I think I saw 7 cameras now.
Oh, yeah.
Like 7 of them. Like, this is wild.
Yeah.
If you step out of line for a second, now they have to give you some leeway. You can't be 25 and they pop you at 26. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's 11 miles an hour of grace that they give to you. And it's pretty easy to keep it under 11 miles per hour.
That stretch on New York Avenue, though, that's straight as hell.
Yeah.
Like, even that portion, think about that portion.
That was the problem I had with DC is like that, like 295, which is essentially a highway. It's a limited access highway. They still have them on there. And now it's set to highway speeds, but they're DC highway speeds, which are like 40. Anyone who's driven in the DMV knows that no one drives 40 anywhere unless they're on 50 and they're in the left lane and they have DC or Virginia tags. Yeah. Then they'll go 40. But everywhere else, they're going 80. And, like running over puppy dogs and punching a nun. But, that's DMV. So.
Well, and speaking of, so we were talking about back to school. We never talked about summer vacation. So there were a couple weeks where you were out. Mm-hmm. We had some guests that came in to kind of fill in. Summer schedule's always rough on both of us.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we're just like, fuck it. We either run an old episode, but I think this summer we didn't do that. This summer we kind of we had enough friends that could come by.
Yeah.
And so I think, did we talk about the trip down to North Carolina?
No. So
but you had another one too to Ocean City.
Yeah. So I went to North Carolina because growing up, we always went to North Carolina. So we went down to North Carolina to see the in-laws. They're not on the beach, but they're 30 minutes from like a million beaches. So we figured, I kind of planned a thing. I said, hey, on Monday, we'll take the ferry from Southport, which anyone who's watched any of those god-awful Nicholas Sparks movies or read the books, like pretty much whoever's married or has a girlfriend has watched one of them. Southport is where all his stories take place. So there's a ferry that goes from Southport across the Cape Fear River to Fort Fisher State Park, which that's an ocean beach. So the plan was to take the ferry because I have 3 boys, and what's cooler than putting a freaking car on a boat, So, like,
I agree.
I mean, I'm a 45-year-old man, and I think it's really cool to put a car on a boat, and then ride across, and then spend the day at the beach, and then you take the ferry back or come up through Wilmington. It takes about the same amount of time. It's not like you're saving a bunch of time. It's just fun. So we said, we'll do that Monday. So we got down Thursday, did the pool. They live in a resort-type community, so there's like a lazy river. We call it the bar pool because it's part of the golf course, and there's a bar there.
Like the swimming pool?
That's not a swimming pool. You got to get out.
No.
like peasants. Like, what are we, pioneers? So we did that. The other pool, we took a boat tour of the riverfront in Wilmington, did some things like that. Well, then that stupid freaking Hurricane Debbie hit. And it wasn't even a fun hurricane. It turned into a tropical storm. It moved at a snail's pace, and it just rained. So it rained from Monday to Thursday. So we never spent 1 second. So once a year I have to put my toes in the Atlantic Ocean or an ocean somewhere. Didn't get to do it, so we decided, hey, initially we were just going to go to take a day trip to like Cape Henlopen State Park, go in the ocean there, and then drive back. We started looking like, oh, it would be kind of fun to spend the night. So we ended up doing 2 nights in Ocean City, which, despite the fact that I pretty much grew up here, I've been to Ocean City for work stuff because they have a lot of conferences there in the like early spring because it's cheap. And I've been there like when I was younger to party and go to that disgusting toilet bar that's on the bay, and things like that. But I never actually been there to vacation, and I never did because my parents hated it. Well, there's this whole area of Ocean City that's up north that's actually pretty chill, and we had a great time. So we were up.
Were you in Rehoboth or were you in Ocean City?
No, we were in Ocean City on 146th Street. I could have thrown a rock to Delaware. In fact, I said, "Hey boys, you want to go to Delaware?" So we walked across the street, and they're like, "Okay, are we there?" I was like, "Here you are. You're in Delaware." so
Rehoboth is in
Delaware, but it's further north. So it's Ocean City, and then it's Fenwick Island.
Okay.
So Fenwick is the Delaware part, like right when you cross over from Ocean City.
Is Bethany in between, or is Bethany further south?
So I think it goes
Rehoboth, Bethany, Fenwick, right?
As you're coming down south.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So furthest north is Rehoboth.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis, Rehoboth, or Rehoboth, Lewis?
It's Lewis, Rehoboth, Bethany, Dewey, and then Fenwick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were in the north part of Ocean City.
Yeah.
So right before Fenwick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was chill. Like we got a room at the Quality Inn, which I thought was going to be a dive, and the beds were comfortable. It was clean. AC blew ice cold, which is how I want. Like I'm the guy that goes in the hotel room and sets the AC to 50.
Sets it to igloo.
Yeah. I set it to see my breath.
Yeah.
And then, now the cool thing was it had a little restaurant. It had a pool. So the restaurant and the hotel had an agreement. So there's a tiki bar that served the pool guests and the restaurant people. So it was fun. I'm talking to all kinds of random people, just like whatever, and they're all friendly. And I had like it was almost like a cruise feel, or a resort feel.
And this is all within the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were on the beach side of Coastal Highway, so we had like a 100-yard walk to the beach. Spent all day Friday on the beach. The weather was gorgeous. Met 2 people from, one lady from here, another family from here that turns out we go to the same church. The kids go to the same school. Like, it was wild. Like, we just met them right there on the beach just randomly. So I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I'd do it again. So despite all my hatred for Ocean City, now the first day, we got there Thursday night, we decided to have dinner on the boardwalk just to show the kids the boardwalk. And that was enough boardwalk for me.
Yeah, the boardwalk's I feel like when people hear about how bad Ocean City is, they think of the main thoroughfare, whatever that main road is, and the boardwalk. Mm-hmm. If you don't do that stuff, like if you just stick to like the miniature golf, or whatever else, other attractions like the go-karts, miniature, it's usually not that bad. That's where the families go. So you don't get like the teenagers without their parents who just act like assholes.
Yeah. The young 20-somethings.
Yeah, just being dicks. Like, you don't get any of that shit. Because we had gone a couple years ago. We stayed at a friend's place, and during the day, like I guess going with young kids, like we're not going out at night, right? So during the day though, like we went to the arcade, laser tag, go-karts, and they have places with all of that in one place. So you go to one place, it's all there. You get your ice cream there, you can get lunch there, whatever it is, and then you go back and hang out at the house, and you're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And It's almost, it reminded me of a little bit like people that go to Hatteras. Mm-hmm. So it's Hatteras, except Hatteras has less to do.
Yeah.
Now, for me, Hatteras is not a bad place because you go, and for me, half the fun of the vacation is chilling around the house, just bullshitting and talking with people.
Yeah, so we always go to, like, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, Nag's Head, so and there's the mini golf.
The northern part of Hatteras. That's more like an Ocean City.
Yeah, but not Ocean City with high-rise condos and all this crap. Now, North Ocean City has a much more Outer Banks feel than, like, if you get down to, like, 100th Street and all that with the huge 30-story condos, and then you get further south, and it's the boardwalk and secrets. Like, I'm not doing any of that stuff. First of all, I'm too old for it. Mm-hmm. I don't like spending money. I don't like loud music. I don't like people bumping into me. All the young 20-somethings, like, yeah, the girls are fun to look at, but that's where the interest stops. Like, I don't want to talk. Like, just leave me alone.
If I want to see some boobs, I know where to find them.
Yeah, there's this thing called the internet.
It's also this thing called I'm married.
Yeah. If you want to see different boobs.
I'm so numb to other. Like, you know what? I like the boobs I got.
Yeah. Why go shopping?
Yeah, look. The ones I have access to work just fine for me.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is, going there with the boys, and they were really good, which was a plus. And just being able to spend time, the weather was just awesome. There was no rain. The water was a little chilly, more than I thought it would be. I thought it would be warmer, but I think the current was running north-south, so it was...
Thanks, global warming.
Yeah. I was like, I thought the oceans were warmer, and this water is freaking 68 degrees. So
global warming goes the other way. As we melt the polar ice caps, it should cool the ocean temperatures. Which should then, in turn, cool the Earth. So we might be in the transition phase. But what do I know?
Who knows?
Comedy podcast.
Yeah.
This is not for factual information. In effect, any opinions expressed thereof have no association with any employer of ours and our sole expressed opinions.
Then when we were on the beach, some dude came down, nice guy, from Brooklyn, and
hey yo,
yeah, and
Tony Maselli.
He caught a shark.
What?
Yeah, a small one. No, he was surf fishing.
No, there's no such thing as a small shark. It's a fucking shark.
Yeah, it was small. It was a lemon shark. They're relatively docile.
It's a shark. Stop with it. It's a small shark.
But you have to understand, when you're in the ocean, there are sharks there. Like, you're in their house.
That's why I don't go more than ankle deep.
I go...
no, hell no. Nope.
I'm the guy that's swimming out to sandbars and stuff.
When you die from a shark, you know what? I'm going to be like, hey, I told them.
Died having fun.
Did you?
Yeah, swimming out to a sandbar.
I'm pretty sure it's not fun when the shark is just dragging you around like a ragdoll.
It's probably pretty quick.
They play with their food.
No, they like to bite it, and then they're like, wait, this isn't a seal. I don't want to eat this. The problem is, they can't, like, pick you up and look at you. The only thing they can explore with is their mouth, which is full of shark teeth.
I mean, as much as I want to get into shark psychology, I'm pretty sure that they're just going to eat you and throw you around a lot. Yeah. It's not going to be fun.
Most people are not consumed by sharks. They're bit once, but the bite is so devastating that they die.
Are you trying to justify the sharks?
It's a shark. It's a wild animal. It does what it does.
If you go out there into the shark habitat and you get eaten
it's
alive,
on you.
It's on you. Yeah.
No, I'm not arguing that.
There will no, like, I will not cry for you, Argentina.
But there were dolphins that were swimming really close, right? Jesus. Like, you see them, like, coming up and doing their dolphin things, and the boys are like, can we go out to them? Like, absolutely not.
No, hell no.
They're like, well, dolphins are friendly. I said, they're wild apex predators. like,
I saw a tiger on TV once. It looked really friendly. Can I go pet this one?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Flipper's friendly. Yeah, Flipper lives in a cage and has Stockholm Syndrome. I'm pretty sure if given the chance, Flipper would kill.
The one from Dolphin Tale isn't fucking real.
Right.
It's a trained dolphin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real, but it's a trained dolphin.
The dolphins save people from sharks. I'm pretty sure the dolphin was just killing the shark and you happened to be there.
I'm pretty sure that dolphin would chew you alive. Because it's a fucking dolphin in the wild.
It's a wild animal.
It's trying to eat.
Yeah.
And you're food. That's that girl Brittany from Australia who was on the surfboard and she got her arm bitten off. Now guess what? She ain't clapping anymore.
But in any case, it was a good time. I take back everything bad I said about Ocean City. The northern part has a good name with me.
I wouldn't mind going to like Berlin though too. Berlin's like further where you go if you want to play some golf. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to do a couple rounds of golf, you go to Berlin. Yeah. That's like south of Ocean City. Mm-hmm. I like the northern part, more family oriented. I know that sounds fucking cliche as shit, but it's not like nightlife oriented.
No.
At my age, I don't do nightlife.
No, I like to generally be in bed by 10.
Yeah. I'm usually, I got to at least be laying down by like 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the kids go to bed, like I groan when the wife was like, "Hey, you want to go watch a TV show?"
No.
That means like I got out of bed? And I go because I like watching, like when I'm down here, like we come down to the basement, we come down to the recording studio, and we watch TV where the TVs are on the wall. Mm-hmm. And we watch our shows, and then I'm happy I did it. But, you know, when I'm laying in the bed, I'm like, do I really want to get up?
Yeah.
And she's like, you're getting up. And I'm like, okay. That's the quality time that we have to spend. I get it. So we've been drinking the Penelope Architect. Mm-hmm. Just to state again, we do get the Penelope bourbons for free. But there is no cash in the box, so we're allowed to say what we want.
Right.
For those that don't know, I do know Mike Palladini, who is the founder and CEO of Penelope Bourbon. That's how the connection with the show is. When I talked to him, I told him that we were doing a show, and we tried a bourbon every show. And that's when he let me know he owned Penelope Bourbon. I was like, you do? I was like, I didn't know that.
Right.
Mind you, I've known this guy since he was 18 years old, right? We went to college together, played on the same lacrosse team together. Had no idea he owned Penelope Bourbon. I kind of stopped following his career when he left William Morris Agency, which was a talent agency at the time. I thought he was going to be there, become a talent agent, or become an agent for like Hollywood, and then that was going to be his life.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he left that and started a bourbon company. Mm-hmm. So when we were talking, it just got brought up, and he put us in touch with their PR people, and then their PR people just started sending us bottles. So we're like, well, shit, it's better than buying it.
Yeah.
So let's try them. And I was like, hey, because you're sending them for free, are we free to say what we want? And they said, oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So we're trying the Penelope Architect, the blue label. 104 proof, I believe.
Yes.
Earlier in the show, you probably heard me. I don't know what the right word is. Because that was the first sip I had taken of this. Now, every time we try a bottle, we are trying it for the first time as we're doing the show. We've made sure that we haven't tried these beforehand.
Yeah.
So when we tried the rosé cask, when we tried the single, the barrel strength, when we tried the regular Penelope bourbon, we crack the bottle at the beginning of the show. We pour it in our glass, we let it breathe, and then we drink it as we go.
Yeah.
But it's the first time we tried it, and so my first taste of this, I gave it an out of because I was surprised at what I was tasting. It has a flavor to it. It's very flavorful. I can't compare this to anything else we've had.
No, and here's the thing. Like, now the previous one we tried was 80 proof.
Yes.
And I'm glad we did the 80 proof first, because had I done this first, I probably would have really shit on the 80 proof, because this one has so much more flavor to it. Now, on the back, it has this weird, like, chart thing. It looks like a spider web.
Okay.
And it has all these lines like fruit on the nose, oak perception, vanilla, spicy, toasted, fruit on palate, structure, whatever that means, oak integration, persistency. And it's pretty much like, so it has a scale that goes from 0.5 all the way up to 4. So if you think of concentric circles with 0.5 being in the middle, most everything is out towards the, 3.5, 3.0 circles. So
it's meant to be flavorful.
Yeah.
Like it's meant to be a shot, like a punch in the face flavor.
Right. Now I don't taste any musty taint.
No.
So that's good.
The smell on it, I thought it was good, floral. You know, I smell some flowers to it. Not very sweet to me.
No.
But, and you might be better with this than me. I can't put the finger on the flavor of it, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I can't put the finger, because I'm really bad at that.
Yeah.
But I'm good at gauging like heat and spicy. So it's spicy, but it's not sweet.
Yeah, it's not the hot. It's not the hot tamale,
right?
Because there's no real sweetness to it.
Yeah,
it's more like a kind of like a red hot, a little bit more on the heat than the sweet.
Yeah.
That being said, though, it was 104 proof, and I took my first sip of it. I did not cough. It didn't have any adverse reaction in the mouth.
Yeah.
Got my tingle on the lips. Mm-hmm. Sits on the tongue for a little bit, but it does kind of finish quick for me.
Yeah.
But I still have, I can still taste it, but it's gone. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to, I'm probably not describing that right. It has a medium linger. It's not like a long linger to it.
Maybe that's what persistency is.
Maybe.
And that is down right at the 3-0 line on the concentric circle. So it's one of the lower marks on this. So, and it actually makes sense what we're saying, because fruit on the palate is between the 2.5 and the 3.0 line. So that kind of makes sense too.
So it says it's finished in French oak staves. Now, I don't know what a stave is, and that's a little bit above my vocabulary level.
Yeah, so if you think of a barrel,
yeah.
I think the staves are the pieces of wood that connect the top and the bottom rings.
Okay.
So if you made a barrel, I think the way they make them is they put an iron ring around it.
Right.
And then they put in the middle is the fattest iron ring, and then on the other sides it's the smaller one, so it bends the pieces of wood, the planks or which are the staves in. So this is saying that those staves are made out of French oak. So
okay.
I could tell you between French oak or Belgian oak or German oak or American oak. I don't know the difference.
Couldn't tell you.
But and I couldn't really tell you what oakiness is, but I can tell you sweet and I can tell you spicy, and it's more spicy than it is sweet.
So I feel like the back flavor of it that's still there. I do feel like it's it's almost like it's like a wood chip, like that oakiness. Mm-hmm. I think that's what that is. But when I drink it, it just tastes good.
Yeah,
it doesn't burn.
No, and
which I'm surprised with. And
now that we've had a couple different Penelope bourbons, if you shy away from higher proof bourbons because you don't like that alcohol, now it's liquor, so it's going to burn. Yeah. But if you stay away from it because you don't like that burn, but you want to get some more flavors that come in a higher proof, go to Penelope, because their higher test, higher proof bourbons don't drink like high proof bourbons at all.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. It's if this was a 95 proof, I'd believe you. If you told me it was 95, I'd believe you.
Oh yeah,
but it's drinking at 104.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot more going on. No, but it's hard for me to compare because I haven't drank too many high proofs.
Yeah,
the highest proofs I've had are Penelope's.
Yeah, and I reside in a high. I don't get to buy anything under 100. So, that's kind of like when I'm trying these, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. So
now Wild Turkey 101. That's a 101 proof. This is only 3 above that, right? Not significantly enough above to say it's in a different punching class. That's 25, probably closer to $30 now. This is probably closer to 60. Mm-hmm. Is this worth double the price of a Wild Turkey 101?
No.
You don't think?
I'm still buying the 101.
See.
But that's because I like it. That's my jam. Now, the barrel strength we had at 116, to me, that's far superior than the 101.
Yeah. I agree with
and so is the new riff. That new riff was...
But that's at 62.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say this one for me, because it tastes so different than the Wild Turkey 101, I would say yes. For $50-$60, I think it's a buy.
Yeah.
If I need an everyday sipper, no. I'd probably go back to Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
Just because if I kill a bottle of Wild Turkey 101, I don't feel bad.
No.
Because I know I can go get another one.
Yeah.
This one at $60, me being a cheap individual, I wouldn't want to kill this. I wouldn't drink this daily.
Yeah.
I would, not that I wouldn't drink it, but like there are certain days when I just want to have a bourbon, and I'll drink whatever. There are other days that when I'm drinking one, I want to drink something that I'm going to enjoy. It's just different days. It's kind of like if you drink a beer, some days you just want to pound some Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And then other days you don't. You don't want to pound beers, but you want to really enjoy what you're tasting.
Yeah.
And that's when that's when you buy like something from like Forward Brewery.
Right.
And that I put that in this occasion. Like if I'm buying something where I want to drink something just with more flavor to it, I would buy this. If I just want to have something that I like and enjoy and just want to have a drink, then I'd probably go Wild Turkey 101. I don't think you're buying them for different reasons. I do like the flavor on this. I'd be interested to see how this one stacked up to the barrel strength.
Yeah.
Just to try them side by side. Because, I mean, that's still a 10 proof difference. And more than that. Because wasn't that 118?
116.
116.
But I drank it all.
Right.
So
maybe our friends at Penelope will send us another one.
Yeah.
We'll reach out. Again, so for us, I mean, the price point for us is what sticks us with the Penelopes, right? Mm-hmm. I think if I were buying a nicer bottle, like we're normally going to stick with our $30, $45 bottles. That's where $25, $35, $45. That's where our wheelhouse is, right? But I think if I were going to go buy a nice bottle for a nice occasion, I'm not going to the $100 bottle.
No,
I would probably go to one of these Penelope bottles.
Yeah,
that would be my nice bottle.
A gift for someone I liked.
Yeah,
something like this.
Or if someone a gift for me.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, because anyone can look up the price of a bottle of bourbon. So if I show up and I give you a bottle of Benchmark, like, you're going to know that I spent $12 on you.
Right.
Or what
it's going to have a chemically taste to it.
Yeah. This has none of that. It comes in a nice bottle. So anyone go to the liquor store like, oh, okay. My guy spent a little bit of money on me, thanks. Like, he didn't go Pappy Van Winkle on me.
Right.
Which I'm not doing for anyone.
Right. I'm not doing it for myself.
No.
I'm never going to buy a $100 bottle for myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No. And I'm not going to buy it to impress people because most people have no idea what it even is.
Like for me, Penelope is probably my top end of the price. New Riff Penelope, $60, $70. That's probably where I'm topping out.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the rosé cask, and I want to go back to that one day, but we're like 3 weeks away from going back to anything because we still have 2 more bottles that we haven't opened.
Right.
And I like to try the new stuff, and I think people like to see us try new things.
Mm-hmm.
The rosé cask one, for me, was a $70 bottle just because it was so different from anything I'd ever tasted. That's even the proof. Take the proof out of it because it tastes so different. You're not going to get that taste in a lower price point.
No,
that's going to be unique to that Penelope Rosé cask. That's what it is. That's why it's worth that dollar amount for me. Mm-hmm. This one, could you get this flavor profile on something else? Probably not, but could you match it or get close? Maybe so, and for less. Possibly. But it's not going to match this, so I'd probably pay up for this as my nice bottle.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I'll be honest with you. That barrel strength for me, and this is from a guy who likes lower proof. I like under 100 generally. So for me to say that I like the 116 proof, for people listening, that should tell you a whole lot. That I would say I would drink that.
Mm-hmm.
And it tasted great. It didn't burn, and it felt great. I thought that was a great offering.
Yeah.
I would probably buy that as my nice bottle rather than the Architect bottle that we have here.
Yeah.
But if they were out of that, I'd probably go with this.
Oh, I have no problem going with this.
The rosé cask, I would have it. It's not going anywhere quick, though, because you definitely need to be in the mood for it.
Yep.
It's just that different.
Yeah.
It's good different, but it's just that different.
Yep.
And I've shared that one. We had Will, when Will was on the show, he tried that one, same opinion. He really liked it, but he was like, this is just so different from anything else that's out there. And then I'm trying to think. So those are the 4 we tried. We tried the regular Penelope bourbon. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. But so far, we've tried 4 of them.
Yeah.
We've liked all 4. Will we buy all 4? No.
Right.
Do we like all 4? Yes.
Yeah. None of them are slouches. You're not, if you wouldn't go wrong on any of them.
You're not mad if someone pours it for you.
No.
I'm just saying, would you buy it for yourself? That's where my litmus test goes.
And even like the 80 proof, it has a position.
Yeah.
Which is, for the person that, oh, yeah, I like some bourbon, but I don't like the burn. Or this. Okay, here, this is some low test. And there are some people that like that zone. And for that zone, which is normally known for being a little bit cheaper, doesn't have that kind of flavor. Like, it's a decent tasting one. Like, you're not going wrong with it.
I'll be honest with you, if you were bringing a bottle, let's say you were buying one for someone, and you knew they were kind of new to bourbon, I think that regular Penelope bourbon would be a great gift at $40.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to drink. It still has flavor to it. But when they look up the price of the bottle, they're not thinking you cheaped out.
Right. They're not offended by it.
Right.
Oh, wait, you got me a bottle of what?
Right.
Bullet?
Right. You got me this nice looking bottle.
Yeah.
It drinks real easy for the new person who's just getting into it. If someone's been drinking bourbon for a while, it might be a little waterish.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, they're gonna Google Penelope bourbon. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the really expensive stuff, like, oh, wow. Oh, wait, that's not what it is. Oh, but still, it's in this line. All these things are Cadillacs, right?
Yeah.
It's whether it's a freaking Escalade or whether it's, I don't know what the cheap Cadillac is anymore.
It's the XT5.
Yeah.
Is that the new? I honestly don't know.
Cimarron.
The Catera.
Yeah.
For the old heads out there.
Yeah. But, so, like, it still has a Cadillac on it.
Yeah.
So you're not buying them Chevy. But, no, they're all decent.
I like it.
Not going to complain.
No, I'm not. And I mean, again, the real test is, would you buy it for yourself? Answer at the end of the day, yes. It just it fills a niche, though.
Right.
It's not your everyday, but it fills a niche.
Yeah.
It tastes good, though.
Oh, it certainly does.
They certainly know what they're doing with the mixing that they do. So
yeah.
All right, well, we appreciate you listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let us know what you did over the summer for your summer vacations, or let us know how your return trips back to school went when you took the kids back. We appreciate you listening as always. Go talk to Adam Chubbuck if you need anything real estate related. TACMD.com, TACMD.com. And thank you again to Penelope for supplying Penelope Architect straight bourbon whiskey. We'll talk to you next time.